Chelsea won, Inter Milan won, and for those people that want to be negative, they'll find the negatives, trust me. But the reality is this was a performance that Chelsea fans should be proud of, should be excited about, and more importantly, this is one that actually is showing that we're improving. Because the reality is, you're going to call me Blueco FC, Alex, you make so many excuses. No, I just like what I'm seeing. And Enzo Maresca is showing the evolution of his tactics on a weekly basis. And what I love about it is, we don't need a fullback inverted today. We genuinely can have actual fullbacks, and we can use the players to the best of their abilities. Surprise, surprise. He can actually do different tactics. And yet people said, oh no, he's going to be wedded to this formation. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break this game out. Yes, I'm on holiday. Yes, I watched the game. Yes, it's a little bit later than normally releasing the videos, but you don't want the analysis. I found a bar that showed the game, and guess what? I watched it. So this time, there wasn't the notes for the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. It's literally going to be me talking about the game straight up with you, and we're going to get the analysis done. We're going to get into it, and I'm going to be back at home in 8 days' time when the season starts. We'll get back to the good, the bad, and the ugly. But those of you that like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and what you're appreciating, hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes a long way. It's really, honestly, super important on YouTube to keep the video going. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. And let's get started with the video, man. So like I said, normally when I do these videos, I've got a paper and pen. I'm writing down every little thing. 73rd minute, this happened. 85th minute, this happened. I'm going to talk about this. I'm tying stuff in. Today is going to be one of those old school off the cuff videos. For those of you that watched my content in the past, the format was very different. And I used to just talk and just rant. But this time, I'm going to do the same. And what I want to talk about is, I was very energized by that performance, because what I found from that performance is we're a team that actually plays like a big team. And a lot of you are going to say, what does that even mean, Alex? That's such an empty statement. And you know what? I agree. Sometimes statements like that are empty. But I'll give you reasons to why. Inter Milan is a Champions League team. When the Champions League starts, Inter Milan, the champions of Italy, are going to be one of the teams outside of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, maybe Arsenal, because they're one of the better teams around these days, Barcelona, that Inter Milan's going to be one of the teams, and Manchester City being picked to say, oh, you know what, maybe they could be a dark horse for the Champions League. We made them look, in my opinion, very mediocre. What happened? Inter Milan put a deep block, we knocked the ball around, created chances here and there, didn't take them, they had one counter-attack, and all of a sudden they punished us. And then we had an overhead kick from Nkunku. We struck the post with Levi Colwell. We had multiple crosses where Jackson, in my opinion, should have got the end of. Nkunku had a strike. Guiu in the first half with 2 opportunities. We actually looked like a competent team. I wouldn't say we were phenomenal. I wouldn't say we were amazing. But I would say we were structured, organized, and more importantly, choreographed. And let me explain what I mean by that. Because the reality is, we're not going to look perfect. And for those of you that want us to look perfect, fam, you're just reaching. And you're looking for a reason to be unhappy. And to be unhappy as a Chelsea fan is very easy. We finished 12th, we finished 6th. So everything we see now, in my opinion, is, oh my days, we suck, right? It is very easy to do that. But with this team, I'm seeing positives. And I'm going to give you some of these positives today, okay? Number one, I really liked the performance of Enzo Fernandez in the 8. Enzo wasn't an 8/10. He wasn't an 8/6. He was an 8 today. A lot of the play was coming through him. He was always opening up. When he was coming into the midfield, we knew what to do. Cucurella goes to the left, provides the width. When Cucurella comes in, Enzo goes to the left, provides the width. It was so simple. It was actually automated. Really well done. The second thing that you should be excited about today, Marc Cucurella looks like a great player. He looks like the player that was playing for Spain. He looks like the player that played for the last 5 games. You wouldn't say this is his first preseason game. And it gives us such good balance. Marc Cucurella will never be a shutdown defender, right? But Marc Cucurella on the ball, his tenacity to win the ball, his energy, his ability to just infect others to press is integral. Good defensively. Malo Gusto gave us width. It reminded me of the positives of Maurizio Pochettino, where Noni and Gusto interact And one of them's going on the outside and crossing the ball in. Very good performance. Then we had in the midfield Romeo Lavia. I thought Lavia was good. I thought Caicedo in the second half was better. And when Leslie Ogochukwu came on, all of a sudden Caicedo in that 8 looked even better. Like, people really love to praise Conor Gallagher's performances last. Wait till you see Caicedo in that role. You're going to praise it even more. Because I think Caicedo has been really limited in that 6. I think we are honing his abilities in. I think when we allow him to express himself and use his energy and get around and win the ball and hassle and hurry and then use the quality he has on the ball, fam, we're going to have one heck of a player. And I'm very excited to see that. I thought Dewsbury Hall was very decent. He linked up the play. My negatives from today's game, because it wasn't all positives and like shining lights. Oh, one other positive that really stood out. I want to keep this video very positive actually, because I'm very excited for the start of the season. Leslie Ogochukwu has played himself, in my opinion, into the squad. Genuinely, purely based on the fact that he came on, he got some minutes with Renato Vega. I think both players are going to be in the Conference League squad, and both players are going to be players that play bit part minutes. I thought the difference between Cucurella and Vega was very nice. It was fluid. If anything, it added a little bit more height. Both were comfortable on the ball. Both can play left centre back. Both can go into the midfield. Both can provide a width on the left. With Leslie Ogochukwu gave us that base. It gave us a little bit of physicality. There was one part when he flicked the ball over the guy's head, took a touch and gave it. I was like, beautiful. Love that. Maybe that's why they paid 24 million euros. So he scored the goal that made it 1-1. But it wasn't about the performance. It wasn't about the result. It was about the performance today. And our performance was on point. They had 3 shots on target. Like, we limited them. We're a team that concedes so many shots on target. We absolutely limited them. The negatives. Yo, we have got some serious problems, in my opinion, in that forward line. And I'm going to explain to you why, right? Mark Guiu is a good player. He is good. That's what he is. He's not great. He's not awful. He's not fantastic. He's not average. He's just good, right? His energy is infectious. And you could see that today. Like, he was running around, had 2 opportunities just of being a Duracell bunny. He was what Conor Gallagher, what Mason Mount are for teams, right? They infect other players by them looking at them and saying, yo, you're working hard. I need to match your level. And you need those, right? However, other than that, he didn't offer much. Like, I'll be honest. On top of that, Mudryk is absolutely lost. Bro, I'm telling you, some of these men that aren't passing. Enzo wasn't passing to him. Like, I don't care what anyone tells me. There was an opportunity. I'm like, release it. Release him. They don't give him the ball because they expect him to lose the ball. Do you know how mad that is? You are a professional footballer. Your teammates don't trust you on the ball. Like, they give it to him if there's no other option, or if, yo, Mudryk needs to just simplify his game. We need to play Raheem Sterling on that left wing. And if it's not Raheem, it's Neto. I don't know what we do with Mudryk. I genuinely don't know at this point. Because no one's going to buy him. You can't loan him, like, from a PR standpoint. Like, from a public relations standpoint, it is mad. The criticism will be through the roof, and you could absolutely destroy him. The only way we can loan him is if there's an obligation and they have to buy him off. Because at the moment, no one's paying that money. On the other side with Noni is a weird one. There's a lot of interest at the moment in Noni Madueke. And like Fabrizio even spoke about this. If a bid comes in for Sterling or Noni, it will be considered. But I've said this before. Everyone in this squad, apart from most probably Reece James, Levi Colwell, Enzo Fernandez, and Moises Caicedo from the top of my head, are untouchables. And maybe Cole Palmer as well, right? They're untouchables. Unless something ridiculously stupid comes in for those players, they're not going anywhere. But everyone else, yo, there's a price on your head. If someone bids 40 million, Bluco will accept that bid for Noni Madueke. Because in their head it's, he came for 30, he's not part of our plans long term because we have Esteval, Kendrick Piaz, we've got Cole Palmer. Why are we not cashing in on this guy? That's how they think. I personally think he had a slow game, but he looked more dangerous than Sterling. He looked more dangerous than Mudryk. So can we get rid of him? Because this is it. When Cole Palmer came on, he looked phenomenal on that right-hand side. I genuinely liked him because he would interchange with Christopher Nkunku and with Jackson playing I touch, you touch. Bro, we are going to watch some good football this year. That's what I'm going to say. I am genuinely super excited for this year. The final piece of thing that I'm going to talk about is Carney Chukwuemeka. Because what was very evident from today's game was Carney didn't come on. Ben Chilwell didn't come on. We all know Benny Boy, it looks like they're trying to get him out, right? He's on 200k. He's 200k plus, actually. He's got 4 years left or 3 years left on his deal. They don't want to pay him that. He don't suit the system. He ain't playing. It's very simple. Carney Chukwuemeka went from playing 90 minutes in the first game, playing the second game, and once Enzo Fernandez and Drewsbury Hall became fit, my man's nowhere to be seen. What I think's happening, and all of a sudden we're getting news about, oh, it's going to be Carney, Barcelona are interested, AC Milan are interested. And the reason why I think this is happening is they want to get rid of him. You don't know how highly I rate Carney Chukwuemeka. The problem Carney has, and I can't justify this, is Carney can't stay fit. The guy can't play 3 games consistently. So how can I justify? Because I'm thinking about it the way the owners would think, right? We need to stop thinking about things the way we as fans think. Because the way we as fans think, we think with emotion. They think from a person that's paying the wages. You need to remember, 100k a week Carney Chukwuemeka's getting, right? He gets 100k a week. In Blueco's head, a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old, wherever he is, shouldn't be getting that kind of money in a team where he's 6th choice midfielder. Enzo's ahead of him, Caicedo's ahead of him, Alavia's ahead of him, Drewsbury Hall's ahead of him, Nkunku's ahead of him, and Leslie Ogochukwu apparently is ahead of him. Why on earth are you paying 100k a week for this player? Like, it doesn't make sense. The math's not mathing. The wages aren't mathing. So for them, they're going to try and get rid of him. It's a shame. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's very exciting. And final point today, Enzo Maresca has got faith from me. And I'm not saying Enzo Maresca is the man to win us the Premier League. I'm not saying he's going to win us the Conference League this year with 2 cups and we're getting top 4. All I'm saying is, I'm seeing enough from Enzo Maresca in this preseason to say this man is tactically solid. He's an individual that's going to play the style of football that I appreciate. And he's a man of principle. I like this. So for me, I can't wait to see what we're going to do in the first 19 games. You lot know, we could have had Pep Guardiola. You have 19 games to prove to me that what you are is what you are. Because in 19 games, we're going to know whether you're sick or whether you're bad. Whether you're good or whether you're trash. We're going to know everything you need to know. And this is why we learn the most. The result next week against Manchester City is important. It's not the performance, it's the result. We can take praise from the performance, but it's about getting points. Nothing will buy him more time than if we go beat Manchester City at home first day of the season. I saw them play yesterday. They are there for the taking. Let's do it. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. Fofana and Colwell, none of that nonsense that you got caught out on a counter-attack. Everything else, they were actually pretty solid. Like, people are going to say, oh my God, the defense is horrible. It's not. Because the reality is, we limited them to 3 shots. Thuram done nothing other than that, score that goal. And that goal came in transition because Enzo and Lavia in the midfield were too soft. We need to raise the intensity. We need to be a little bit better in some elements. But overall, it was a good performance. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you lot enjoy this view a little bit better than the other one. I think it looks better. I can't lie to you. But yeah, peace out. I'm out. Bye.